Lesson 11, Projection. Consider the diagram below. You have vector A, vector B, the angle between the two vectors. You have point B, which is perpendicular to OA. It is a straight line which makes an angle of 90 degrees. The position vector of A relative to A is vector A, and the position vector of B relative to O is B. That is B from O, then A from O. BM is the perpendicular from B to OA. It is a straight line. BM, point B precisely, it is perpendicular from B to OA. The length OM is called the projection of the vector B on the vector A, denoted as projection of vector B on A. Let the unit vector in the direction of the vector A be denoted as this. That is heart sign. Then the unit vector A is equal to vector A over the magnitude of vector A. Note that the magnitude of a unit vector is always equal to 1. From the given figure, we continue with the lesson. Cos alpha is equal to adjacent OM over hypotenuse OB. It implies that OM is equal to OB cos alpha. OB is vector B, so you have it in this form. You replace OB with vector B. Now we have the unit vector. You know this term here is 1, so you multiply the result by the unit vector A, and it is equal to this. Hence, the projection of the vector B on vector A is unit vector of A times or dot vector B. That is the dot product of the unit vector of A and vector B, where this is the unit vector in the direction of vector A. Simply put, projection of vector B on A is equal to this. This vector, the unit vector, is expressed as vector A over the magnitude of vector A dot vector B. Hence, you have the dot product of vector A and B over the magnitude of vector A as the projection of vector B on vector A. Similarly, we can consider the projection of vector A on the vector B. This diagram will help us to examine the projection of vector A on vector B. AP is the perpendicular from A to AB. The position vector of A relative to O is vector A, and the position vector of B relative to O is vector B. The angle between the vector A and vector B is alpha. Let the unit vector in the direction of vector B be denoted as this. Then you have the unit vector of B in this form, and the magnitude is equal to 1. The length OP is called the projection of the vector A on the vector B. Cos alpha is equal to this, and it implies this. OA is vector A. You have it in this form. Then you multiply the result by the magnitude of the unit vector of B. You have this result. And finally, you have this. The dot product of the unit vector of B and A, which is also equal to this. Hence, the projection of the vector A on the vector B is this. Simply put, projection of vector A on B is equal to the dot product between the unit vector of B and vector A. You have it in this form, and you have this result. Examples number 26. Find the projection of the vector A on the vector B. If vector A is equal to this and vector B is equal to this solution, the projection of vector A on B is given in this form. So we need the dot product of the two vectors and the magnitude of the second vector. The dot product is equal to this. Remember, first component times first component, that is 5 times 2 equal to 10, plus minus 10 times minus 3, that is 30. When you add, you have 40. You get the magnitude of vector B, which is equal to root 13. Therefore, the projection of vector A on vector B is equal to the dot product, which is 40, over the magnitude of vector B root 13. When you rationalize, you use root 13 to multiply both numerator and denominator, and you have 40 root 13 over 13. Example 27. Find the projection of the vector B on the vector A. If vector A is equal to this, vector B is equal to this. Solution: the projection of vector B on A is given by this formula, that is the dot product of the two vectors over the magnitude of the vector A. So the dot product is equal to this, and you have 30, that is 5 times 6, 30, plus minus 4 times minus 1, you have 4, plus 2 times 3, you have 6, and that is 40. You get the magnitude of vector A, and it is equal to root 45. Therefore, the projection of vector B on A is equal to this. When you simplify further, you have this result. And finally, 8 over 9 times root 45. End of lesson 11. There is every need for you to be saved if you are not, because the Lord Jesus Christ is coming very soon. Some will be taken and some will be left. Live righteously and be prepared.